Dan, are you there? I don't see camera. Can you at least?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We don't have to see your face though.
Well, that's a shame.
Or is it?
Wow.
I think it's a shame.
I'm kidding. Of course it's a shame. But
Okay, so how did I turn myself off on this? Because
I'll turn on for you. Let's make it. Okay. As we get Dan situated there, we're gonna start since it is actually already 11 o'clock and we're rolling right along. So we don't want to hold up all the rest of the presentations. Oh, there you go, Dan. Excellent.
There you are.
I needed to start my video.
Yeah. So anyhow, we had a switch this morning. So we thank you for Hannah and Diane and Nile for hosting the last one. I am Megan with Synergy Sales representing NKBA. We also have my co-host with me, which is Shelly Galuli from Cambria representing IDS.
Good morning.
And I'm going to introduce Dan in a moment, but just some housekeeping. I'm sure if you guys were on earlier or yesterday, you know all this already, so we'll make it quick. We can't see you on camera or hear you via mic, so please utilize the chat and the Q&A function. And at the end of the presentation, we're going to raffle off a little spa gift box. So I think everyone could give them, it's called Just Breathe too, which I think is appropriate for 2020.
Fabulous.
So I'm going to introduce Dan and then get this going. This presentation is actually brought to you by Toto and Abbrio Showroom. So Abbrio Showroom is a luxury showroom in Georgetown. They have all the fixtures, fitting, cabinets, and appliances that you could ever need. They have also a Toto display, and Dan's going to represent Toto for Synergy Sales. Dan has been in the industry for over 20 years. He is currently the showroom sales manager at Synergy. And Dan, if you'd like to continue on, it's all you.
All right. Thank you, Megan, and thank you, Shelly. Good morning, everybody. I am Dan Johnson, as Megan so eloquently stated. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with all of you this morning. Let's get started a little bit about what I want to talk to you about is Toto line, but specifically Washlet, Washlet Plus, and NeoRests. We are partnering with Abbrio, obviously representing Toto and Synergy Sales. As a reminder, we're here in the Northwest, Washington and Oregon, Northern Idaho. We're here basically to help facilitate anything you need, whether it's some training, if you need literature, if you need to know specifics about product, lead times, anything to do with your projects, we're there to help you. Here's some images which Megan pulled down from Abbrio's website. Some of you might notice some people in here. They're not actors or actresses. They are real live not salespeople, but real life designers here visiting the Abbrio showroom. So Abbrio's been in this location 8+ years. I was trying to figure out how long ago they've been in there, but it's in that ballpark down in Georgetown. They are the showroom division of Pacific Plumbing Supply, which is 70+ years of business in the Northwest. So they are there for designers, for their plumbers, for custom builders, for any of your design projects. They're there to help. Of course, they're by appointment right now. There's been talk about opening the showroom up a little bit more, but currently by appointment only, as you would expect in these times. So in addition to their website is a virtual tour. So go ahead, Megan, if you want to shoot that.
Yeah, there's no sound, so you can keep talking.
Oh, great. So as you can see, we've got a very nice Toto display. They've got the washlets, they've got the NeoRests, and a lot of different choices. Some faucetry, some vignettes, a couple of tubs. So we are well represented, probably the nicest display of Toto product in the Northwest and one of the nicer showrooms that we have in the Seattle market. So by all means, visit that location because Garth, Amy, and their team are there to help everybody. Okay. So We've been very new to the Toto line this year. I've got some background in the past. Some of our people have sold it in the past in other jobs. Basically, what we want to touch on today and what I want to talk to you about is the washlets. The difference between basically what a washlet is, the features and benefits that represent what the Toto washlet is, why you would want to upgrade from a basic washlet to a higher end one, the differences between Washlet Plus and the washlet, what you need to be aware of when you're talking to a client and customers about a washlets and where they might want to use them and what they need to be ready for, and then touch a little bit on the NeoRest, which is our highest end product from Toto. So Toto Washlet, we've been since the early 90s, when we have been the largest manufacturer of what we call a washlet, or an integrated electronic bidet toilet seat. It's got very unique features for Toto with washing, cleansing, and drying. Since 91, over 50 million pieces have been sold worldwide. With the pandemic this year, there was a real push early in the year when toilet paper was scarce. We sold out basically everything we had in the United States in March. So we're back in business. We've got inventory, and it's a continuous replenishment of products. There still is a very strong demand for the product. Some of the features and benefits of the Toto washlets. The first thing I want to talk about is auto flush. So if you have a customer who's concerned about touching the actual flushing the toilet, or children flushing the toilet, or their better half flushing the toilet, get up, move away from the toilet. Your remote control is set, and you can change it to a different amount of time before it'll flush, 5, 10, 15 seconds. But when you move away from the toilet, whether you're in a standing position or a sitting position, it's going to flush on its own. That is not available on every single washlet, but it is definitely on the higher end ones. We have a function called pre-misting. So if your toilet hasn't been used for a couple of days, you walk up to it, it's going to pre-mist the bowl. If you think about it, if you have a little bit of water on the bowl, it's going to be able to evacuate the bowl easier. It's going to encourage waste to be flushed down the toilet easier. We have a deodorizer function, so highly effective. It's basically going to take care of odors at the point right there. We have a heated seat function. This is popular, especially this time of year. Basically, you're going to get close to the seat and it's going to turn on. The seat's going to heat up while you're sitting on it, and then it's going to turn itself off when you leave. And then we have also the auto open and close the lid function. So if you get close to the seat, it senses you, it's going to open it up. Okay. And then the last one, and I'm kind of covered on that side of the screen, so I might move myself a little bit here so it doesn't block. The dryer function. So you've got the ease and the comfort of drying while you're in a temperature adjustable warm air dryer there for your seat as you're sitting on the seat, reading your newspaper, catching up on the day's events. Well, maybe you're not your newspaper. Okay, so maybe I dated myself there a little bit. So moving on, some of the comfort functions, and these, the self-cleaning wand is like you would expect. You want to make sure it's clean every time it's used. Okay, so it when it extends from the seat, it's going to clean itself. It's going to clean off. Again, the pre-mist function, incoming water supply, pre-mist and wets the bowl surface. And then our new technology, which is a few years old, but was new on this slide when it was made, e-water. So the e-water concept in the next slide, I'll go into this a little bit deeper, but it's a disinfectant. So basically it's taking tap water, it's treating with, provides an electrolysis to it, so it changes the makeup of the water. Okay, so even though the word acid in there, you're thinking, oh my God, that's gonna eat everything away. It's a very, very, very low concentrate. It's almost like a really diluted bleach, but not even as harsh as bleach. It's basically cleaning the bowl or pre-misting the bowl. As time passes, it returns back to its natural state, which is ordinary water. So it's showing you the process. So before you use it, you walk it to the bowl, pre-mist it with that e-water. During the use, after use, it's gonna flush, close the bowl, and then every 8 hours after it's been used, it's gonna miss that bowl again. So it's waiting for you to come and use your toilet again. Okay.
Okay, now next we have this video that's, trying to give some levity to the fact that we're talking about toilets. So enjoy this quick little one. We might turn it off partway through since it's very long and you'll get the point quickly.
No, it's a great video. It's 2 minutes, Maggie.
My dumper clean. When I tried water, it changed everything. It's perfect for your junk in the trunk, and gentle enough for your precious booty. It even works on your undercarriage. Water can clean anything. Your buns. Hey, honey, your cakes. Where the sun don't shine. Your balloon knot. That's my daddy. Hey, pal. What your mama gave you. Thanks, Mom. Your back door. Your porridge storage, of course. Don't forget your salt shaker. The brownie box. You're south of the equator crater. Your full moon. And this too. Also your tail feathers. Your honker. Your apple bottom. Your can.
So you get the gist of that one. I've seen that multiple times and I think it's funny every time. I don't know if it's my maturity level or not, but it's hilarious.
I'm right there with you, Megan. And I think that Allison Scott and Paula Kennedy would agree too, as far as what I'm reading here on the screen. So thanks for that, Megan, and thanks for the feedback, everybody. So moving on, let's think of why, how do we sell, how do we answer the questions that our customers might have on why install or why would I want to have a washlet? And these, maybe not everybody agrees with every single one of these, but there may be something that you can hone in and use as a sales tool for yourself, and that you can concentrate or try at least, because you might have a customer that may have this is attracted to them. So from the eco-friendly aspect of it, using a washlet does reduce a lot of toilet paper needed. You still see people with the roll next to the seat. But if you think about how much toilet paper you're using, but also the water required to make that toilet paper, a roll of toilet paper is 4 gallons of water to process it, which I didn't know until I read this slide. So this is new information for me. More hygienic, a lot cleaner than using toilet paper. The pre-mist function sprays the bowl after each use, preventing waste buildup. And it helps keep the bowl sanitary. So if you've got that customer, which you probably have a lot of them right now that are super hyper about bacteria or everything else, it's definitely going to be something that's going to touch them. Warm water is cleansing, but it's also very soothing. You'll talk to people who have never used a washlet, and then they either have one installed at their office or at a showroom, and they admit that they actually stop just to use that showroom restroom every time they're in that market because they enjoy it and it's a good part of their day. Obviously seniors, some of us at a point where 50 plus, 60 plus, aging in place is definitely something you're going to talk to your customer about. So being able to take care of yourself with without any assistance, that Toto Washlet would definitely help you. Obviously expectant and new mothers also for cleansing. And then if you do have a serious medical condition, this will definitely help you, okay? think about this slide, and I've seen it probably half a dozen times over the years, but I'm thinking about it another way now, and I'm trying to work this into discussions I have with custom builders. And you think about the last time you may have had a customer say, "Hey, I want a shower by my shop. You know, I work outdoors all day, or I'll come home from a weekend and my truck is trashed and it's filthy, and I want to clean it up. I want to put my stuff away, and I want to go into that bathroom." Don't put a shower in, just put a big roll of paper towels. Pretty sure none of your customers have ever asked you to do that. That's what you can think about using toilet paper versus water or a washlet. Okay, so we'll move on to some other ideas on why. So that's basically my thought on that. Everything we've talked about and the reasons why. It just does a better job of cleaning. Okay. The second part of the discussion then today is washlets versus washlet plus. If you look at the top slide, years ago, we did a great job of showing these washlets, but you never saw the left side of it where you saw the water inlet, and you got the and you had the electrical supply there. None of the literature showed that picture. You always saw it from the other side until that homeowner saw it in the showroom and said, "Oh my God, that's going to be hanging out there." Well, that's a little extreme, the picture we show, but it is the lower price point on a washlet. The one down below is what we're calling a washlet plus. As you see, you can see the water supply line going into the tank, but everything else is concealed. So washlet, the top slide, what you're thinking about, our old traditional washlet look. Washlet plus, concealed supply, concealed waterways, concealed electricity. So it's a cleaning up, it's taking that and the next step. So as this, and again, the same thing. So washlet plus on the left side, conventional connection on the right side with washlet.
Yeah, I think this is a good place to note, Dan, that the washlet plus is required with a Toto toilet. Those
Correct.
two must go together, or the conventional and traditional washlet that has the hoses over the side of that bowl. Obviously we'd love to put it on a Toto toilet, but it can also be used on other manufacturers' brands as well.
Right. Very good point, Megan. Thank you. So as Megan's pointed out, you can use the old traditional washlet on everybody else's toilets. This washlet plus now becomes a system. Okay. So you've got specific seats that'll fit on the washlet plus toilets. If you have and it's obviously designed for a cleaner, more streamlined look, and it can seal the water supply and the power cord. It is a larger drilling, or that penetration hole, you can see through the bowl itself, right there that Megan's pointing out to us. So the potential is there if you've got a customer, and we had this recently, a customer that bought 3 washlet plus toilets, but they were able also they put a washlet on one of them with the idea that down the road, they may want to add washlets to the other ones. So you could set it up maybe in the master bath, washlet plus toilet, washlet plus washlet to go on it. And we use a soft close or a slow close seat on the other two. And they can decide, hey, I like this and I want to add this, or maybe, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, they can add that as a function. Okay. That gives you a little bit of flexibility. Here then shows from the A100 all the way up to the highest end, the S550E, where it'll fit, where it'll work. Obviously, we'd be happy to send this out if anybody wants a copy of this slide. This is a great tool for you to use. We've got basically all the features, functions, and benefits up at the high end. The A100, C100, and C200 are your more traditional lower end price points, and more of what you would think of a normal washlet to be. The right side squared up there is the ones you would use on washlet plus types. Okay.
Yeah, and I think, Dan, it's a good thing to mention the 4 that you see kind of circled in that box, those are the ones that are also available in a Washlet Plus format. So that concealed application as well.
Right. And so we also, if you look at it, and I think this is a point on the bottom of the slide, there's only a couple of finishes available in each of those. So available on cotton, which is the #1 finish for Toto, and then Sedona beige, which is number 12. So when I talk to showroom associates and we chat with the designers, things to think about. Anytime you're talking to a customer now and they're going to do a bathroom remodel, we always want to talk about electricity near that toilet. Okay, if they're 55 and doing a remodel, tell them they want to put that in, because even if they don't want to washlet right now, it may be something when they need it in 5 to 10 years, and then they don't have to go through that expense again. Okay, so it's something that they could easily add on to down the road. What style of toilet are you after? We have a lot of beautiful 1-piece toilets, 2-piece toilets. Always bring up and recommend going with the universal height. It's just an ease of getting on and off the bowl. It's just so much easier if you feel like you're actually sitting in a chair versus almost sitting on a floor. If you think of an old round bowl that's almost designed for children under 5. Do you want to have a washlet immediately or a soft close seat for now? That's the functionality of that Washlet Plus type of an install right now. Or they are also able to add a non-Washlet Plus or conventional washlet down the road too. And then what kind of features and functions, benefits are you after? Do you care about auto close, auto open, auto close, pre-mist, everything on that list that we talked about earlier? I would think with the cost and how often you're using that, it doesn't really function into being that expensive when you think that in average household, you're probably flushing the toilet 4 to 5 times a day easily, and just extrapolate it over time what it's worth to you. Okay. And moving on.
Before you go on, Dan, just to mention, if it's a lot to, specify in Toto toilets and then the pieces, which Washlet Plus, this is where you go into Abbrio and they walk you through it. They're the experts. So if you just get an idea of what you're after, and then you go in there to talk to them, they'll be able to assist you further. But this is just to get your mind going on the ideas and what you want to speak to them about before you get there.
Right. The Washlet Plus is a relatively new concept for Toto. So I'd say it's a 2 to 3 years since they brought it out, but still, different showrooms had different levels of knowledge. So definitely Garth, Amy, and their team down there know backwards and forwards how to work with you and make it work. So finishing off then, the best of the best are what we're calling the NeoRest product. This is, if you think of a good, better, best, this would be your Mercedes of the Toto line. It is electricity, so it could be the Tesla, I guess, of the Toto line. But it's basically taking everything we've talked about and added a few more things to it. The NeoRest has got an additional piece called Actolite, and we'll show that on another slide. It's got the e-water, which we talked about. It is a 1 gallon flush. So right there, you're saving about 35% on water. It's got tornado flush, which sounds really violent, and it is. Sifiontect has it's a way of finishing off the bowl. So even though your concept of China is that it's smooth, not everybody's China is the same. So this is a way to give it even a nicer, smoother finish, which encourages the bowl to keep clean. Each one of them has a washlet. Auto functions available with that washlet, and then they're ADA approved. Okay, and you can see a little glow coming from underneath the seat itself. So that's the Actolite, and this is we put on our highest end NeoRest. You can see there's a UV light in the lid. It's basically a combination of that Sifiontect glaze, gives it a really good finish on it. The ultraviolet light is integrated, and it's basically turning on after you've used it. It's killing any bacteria in the bowl. The oxygen is activated then, and in tandem with the glaze and the ultraviolet light, it continues to just clean that toilet when you're not around. So it's like having not a maid service, but your toilet's cleaning itself, so you don't have to. People ask, oh, do I even have to clean it? Well, yeah, you're still going to wipe down the seat. You're going to wipe down the toilet, the outside of it, but it is 99%. It is a much better experience. It's not an inexpensive experience. So the NeoRest is the top of our line, but you do have people that want the latest and the greatest and something cool for their house that they know nobody else has. Okay. So we have NeoRest available in a few different models, and we also will make it floor models, but we also will make it in a wall mounted with a carrier. So you've got that functionality in both on the floor and on the wall.
We're running out of time. That's the end of it. But just to note, this particular, we do have a NeoRest Aculite in the working restroom at Abbrio. So
Yep.
I'm sure many of you probably have used it before, but next time you're in there, actually take a moment to check it out further. And then I know, Shelley, I think there was a question regarding some electricity.
Yep. So, and Megan, Allison Scott actually asked Dan if what's the industry standard for the outlet location near a toilet, or can you pick left or right? Is the cord long enough to go either way? What's your thoughts on that?
The NeoRest has a very specific, so I would suggest if you had a customer interested in that, and we do a great job on the Toto website. You can go pull a video and look at it, and it's going to tell you exactly, but you're exactly where you're gonna put it. It close enough to the. I mean, think about how far away your water supply is from that toilet. That's about how far your electricity needs to be. So you could put it on either side, plan on either side of that, but about the same distance as the water supply.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I had mentioned that the left side is where all the cords and everything goes through for all of Toto Washlet. So ideally, when looking at the bowl,
Right.
the left side would be ideal.
Yep. Good. Any other
Awesome.
questions?
There isn't right now. Did you have something else, Megan?
No, but we do have a giveaway before we need to move on.
We do. So I actually, while you guys were all intent, I have this little wonderful spin the wheel, and I put all of your names on here. So I'm going to spin the wheel now for all of us. Good luck. I hope you guys win the spa gift box set.
I might add that I'm not bitter that I didn't get to win yesterday. So congratulations, whoever does win today.
You unofficially won, right?
I know. I was told that a number of times yesterday.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, Jennifer Lair, are you still with us? If
Nice,
you are
Jennifer.
the winner. We want you to raise your hand so we know that you're still with us. Do you know how to do that? Awesome.
Congratulations.
Woohoo.
We will get with you, Jennifer, to get you a spa gift box your way.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We're going to be
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, for talking toilets this morning.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.